Hello and welcome to the channel update video for the month of June 2013. My name is Lumin, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Tales of Lumin channel, what's been happening, what's coming up over the next month or so, and everything else related. So here we are, finally at the end of June or at the start of July. I guess I might only get this video up on the 1st of July, but it's been a long month and I'm so glad we threw it. Truly I am. I was sick twice in this month, for those that somehow don't know. I mentioned it in a whole lot of vlogs and in the Q&As and stuff like that, and it wasn't fun. Because obviously my productivity was way lower than it should have been, and I just wasn't having a good time in general. You guys were so supportive throughout though. So thank you. Thank you for that, and after having said that, let's get started. I've got some miscellaneous things on the list I wanted to talk about. First, I was just going to say that views are still very low, and my subscribers have actually been going down for a lot of the time, but I understand that. My content hasn't been great. There's no mystery involved this month. There truly isn't. So I'm not going to look into that too much. I have a whole lot of stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks that I'm very excited about and I think will help out immensely. So I'm not going to be worried about that right the heck now. Not at all. Channel branding and art. For those that haven't looked at youtube.com/Tales of Lumin, it's looking kind of terrible. It really is. Now I wanted to ask your opinions on what I should do with it. Do you have any suggestions on what I should do with the banner at the top of the YouTube channel? Any of you, I don't care. It can be the most random thing ever. Just tell me. Lay it on me. Be brutal. Also, let me know if I should perhaps rather use the Tales of Lumin symbol, logo, for my little avatar, because it kind of makes more sense using that instead of a photo of me. Although my channel is very personality based, it still makes more sense using the logo in some ways. We'll see. So let me know if you have any ideas about that. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'd put in the banner because I don't have like a full-time artist or anything like that. I mean, Helene is really good at what she does, but she's busy with so much other stuff that I don't want to bother her for art for the channel. And then again, I don't know what would fit. I don't know what I'd tell her to do if I do tell her to do something. So we're not going to do anything just yet. I'm just going to leave it with Tales of Lumin written there in text for now, because it really isn't that important. Sure, when someone opens my channel, it would be great if they greeted with something really loud. Something that says Lumin. Not Tales of Lumin in bold letters, no, but something that speaks to the person that visits the channel. I'm getting sidetracked now. I don't want to talk about this for like 5 minutes straight. No. Then, merchandise. I still haven't gotten around to setting up designs for t-shirts or anything like that. Mainly because, once again, I have no idea what to do. I don't know what would look good on a t-shirt. I am still trying to find the designs that were sent to me a really long time ago. And if I do find them, they're on that PC. Somewhere on that PC. And that PC is a mess. It's my old PC. It's not sweet Juniper Lee over here. And if I do find them, I might just show them to you guys. Ask you what you think about them, what could be changed, what could be improved. And maybe I'll try set something up myself. And then I'll see. Maybe I can speak to the people at like Rodeo Arcade or whatever the Spreadshirt, I think is another site. Whatever the sites are, maybe I can speak to them and maybe they've got designers that work with them on making or setting up t-shirt designs. Perhaps. Who knows? But I want to do it because it would help me out a lot and I would feel so happy. Even more so than I am right now wearing a Tales of Lumin t-shirt. And to top it all off, it would be the most amazing thing in the world to see someone else wearing a Tales of Lumin t-shirt. Ha! Wow! I would... One day I want to be walking down the street and I want to see someone wearing one of my t-shirts. That would be so cool. That would be surreal though. It really would be. Maybe I'll get Helene to put one of my t-shirts on and then pretend that I don't know her and then let her walk down the street towards me and I can be like, oh. Ooh, that's never happened before. We'll see. So I'm working on that. Another thing that I was told multiple times to let you guys know is that if you want to keep track of what your subscriptions are uploading, so the people you are subscribed to, then you should use the old subscription page, which is youtube.com/my_subscriptions. I will put that in the description below the video, and I suggest you all just add that to your favorites. If I open my Chrome browser here, that is the first, second, third little favorite on my bookmarks bar. First is Google, second is YouTube, which is my home page, and third is my subscriptions. Right the heck there. Okay? Use it. Because you won't be missing videos if you use that. They always show up there. The new feed, it's terrible. I can't stand it, and I never use it. Ever. Unless you only subscribe to me, or like me and 2 other people, that's not gonna work. It really won't, but whatever. I mean, I'm subscribed to, and this is a question I was gonna answer in my Q&A, but I'll tell you how many people I'm subscribed to quickly. My subscription's 99 plus. Okay, so they can't even fit that in there. How many am I subscribed to? 164 channels. I can't help it. I can't help it. I like subscribing to people. I like supporting people that make good videos. Thereby, I am subscribed to a whole bunch of people. So, lastly, there are 2 more things here in the miscellaneous section. I don't think I'm going to be setting a schedule up for my videos, and the main reason I can't do that is because of how inconsistent our internet is, and there's nothing I can do about that. We have had 3 outages over the past like 2 weeks already, where our internet just grinds to a halt during the day, and then for the span of like 3 or 4 hours we can't do anything. And that's something we just can't do anything about, because something bad happens to the CCOM cable, which runs from like all the way at the bottom of Africa up to Europe, and then they have to fix it. While they're fixing it, our traffic is so severely throttled, our in and out bandwidth, that we can't do anything, and that happens. That cancels my uploads, that destroys any plans I had of doing anything that involves the internet, so I can't control that in any way, and if I do set a schedule up, I might not be able to stick with it, and I would feel much worse promising you guys something on a certain day and not getting it up than not promising it and rather just uploading it when I can. So, just because of how bad our internet is, I'm going to stick with trying to upload as much as I can, as often as I can, instead of uploading on certain days. Now, a little bit later in this episode, I will be talking about some things that I want to plan more or have more scheduled or more structured, but we'll get to that. There are a few things that I want to do in that way that I want you guys to know will be here on specific days. We'll get to that. Then the last thing was working with other YouTubers. I'm going to be talking about that in regards to certain games coming up over the next minute or 5 or 10. I'm trying to keep this one a little bit shorter, but I want to start doing that soon, and now that I'm not sick anymore, and with bigger games coming out that I want to focus on a little bit more, I think I'll find more opportunities to do so. The TGS podcast is obviously something I want to do again as well. Hopefully we won't be streaming it in 60 FPS this time. Hopefully all the internet issues will be resolved by then, and hopefully it'll just go a lot better technically. Podcast itself was amazing last time, but I will offer my services to Total Biscuit and the rest of them again at some point, and we'll see how it goes, because he said he wants to get guests that he had in the past on again, so I'd gladly offer myself as someone, you know, to just talk to them, to fill that last space in the podcast panel. Now, Newsman. Newsman has been amazing. I love what I did with the E3 coverage. I realize I'm not the one who should be saying that, but you guys enjoyed it as well. I thought that I did that really smoothly. I got one Newsman out per day for the 5 days that followed E3 for each of the conferences. So I did Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, EA, Ubisoft. You know, I did one for each of the big conferences, and I covered absolutely everything that was mentioned in each conference in great detail, and I think it worked out perfectly. That was great. The Newsmans that followed were great. I'm loving Newsman. I'm enjoying setting them up looking for the news, typing the script, recording them, all of it. I love doing it. It's super cool. I didn't have any really good news to do just before and over this weekend, but today I'm going to start working on the Newsman for tomorrow, and it is once again just going to be really fun. I'm going to be doing something different with Newsman coming up, and that's just adding a Hearthstone specific Newsman to the mix. So there's going to be the normal general gaming Newsmans, and then there's going to be a Hearthstone Newsman as well, because leading up to the launch of the game, I feel there's going to be enough news, or at least the launch of the beta, there's going to be enough news going around to be able to do that every couple of days and actually fill it up with proper content. So that's coming too. It's going to be cool. I'm going to enjoy it. But Newsman in general is just working. I like it. And as someone said in the previous channel update video, it has sort of become the cornerstone of the Tales of Lumin channel, which I like. I'm proud of what I've done with Newsman over the past whatever, how many years. I know Newsman hasn't been around for the 3 or whatever years I've been on YouTube, but Pulse was around and I was happy with that. I'm even more happy with Newsman, so that's that. Adventure worthy. It's going well as well. Wow, I'm bad at talking. Okay. But adventure worthy has been reasonably good. I've also been enjoying setting them up. Some games less so than others. Some games more so than others. It's not easy. It's much easier just jumping into Skyrim or Metro or whatever and recording commentary over that. But I feel that it is a lot more rewarding, and I do get to play a lot of games, so that's also a big plus. I get to play different games for semi-extended periods of time, and I've been enjoying it. Now, I think I said here, yes, I'm going to be trying adventure worthies of older games over the next little while to see how they receive, because the sad thing is that sometimes people will just see a video of an older game and they'll think to themselves, well, I'm not even interested. I know what that game is, but I don't want to watch a video of an older game, so they won't click on it. So it might not get as many views. But at the same time, on the flip side, people might not know what it is at all, and they might be interested. Although if they don't know what it is at all, they might also not click on it, but they might be curious, because I'm going to be trying out proper old games, like really good ones that I enjoyed from back in the day when I started playing games. And I've already got a really nice, fun one recorded for the first old game that I do. I actually sort of called it nostalgia worthy instead of adventure worthy. It's still going to be in the adventure worthy show. It's still going to be labeled or titled as adventure worthy, but it's working a bit differently, because I'm going to be playing games that I do know, not all of them. There's a game that I have actually not played before, which is System Shock 2, that I want to have a look at, but a lot of the games I have played before, and I'm going to be going through them with at least some knowledge of the game, and that's going to be fun. I mean, the day that I get to record Ultima 7, it's going to be one of the happiest days of my life, because that game I know inside out still to this day, and I've got so much to say about it. That adventure is probably going to be 10 hours long. Man. Now, other than the older ones, I'm also going to start on the MMOs and stuff soon. So I already got all my notes written down. I even tried to record Ragnarok Online 2 over the weekend, but I just wasn't feeling it. It didn't work out. I recorded pretty much the entire adventure worthy. Not all of it, but most of the way through. And then I was just like, no, this is not working. I mainly just didn't get it done because I was tired and a bit frustrated, and it was late at night, and I was trying to force myself to work, and I was like, okay, this is the point where I need to stop and like get in bed and relax, because it was after a lot of other recording, and I'm gonna get back into that, just get that video done. I can tell you right now though, for a fact, that all of these won't be positive. Some of the MMOs aren't that great, Ragnarok Online 2 included, but the videos of these games will still be great. They will still be a lot of fun to watch, because it's kind of cool seeing all this wonky and strange stuff that some of these companies do with their MMOs. And when a game is really bad, it can be really fun to watch. So, I'm going to be starting on those. I've got a couple of MMOs already right here that I wanted to look at. And I think on my desktop, I've mentioned this a couple of times, but on my desktop I got Arcane Saga Online, Ragnarok Online 2, There was one more. Well, there's Rift actually as well. Renaissance Heroes. And these are all free-to-play games that are on Steam. So Rift is not on Steam. It was on Steam, but they removed it for some reason. The others are all on Steam. So if they do end up being good, then those of you that are interested can just download it. Download it, jump in, and play for free. So there you go. The reason I'm doing this is because, for those that don't know, I have mentioned this in vlogs and stuff, but because Champions of Regnum, my adventure worthy on that did incredibly well. I think it's up at 15,000 views already, and if I can do the same with these, if these videos will be as popular as that, then it will definitely be worth it for me. So there you go. Now, these could also turn out to be like these jackpot videos we spoke about last time that'll just get picked up in the search results the whole time. I've got another one of those now that's doing reasonably well, which is Neverwinter's character creation. People are watching it, 52,000 views already, but it's not as well received as, say, my Guild Wars character creation, because there are a lot of dislikes on it. I think, however, that the dislikes are there because of the game. People are like, hey, I don't like this game. Dislike. Not because of me. So there. Now, let's see. There was also the character creation idea that I wanted to get to, but things like Ragnarok Online 2, the game like that doesn't have really interesting character creation at all, so I might just shove that into the adventure worthy. There are, however, other games that I want to have a look at the character creation of, and I will still stick with what I said before, where I'll do a character creation as, say, the first part. That'll be in a separate playlist, and then the adventure worthy will be the second part with my final thoughts and conclusion and on the game and everything like that, so they'll work nicely together. Next, we're done with adventure worthy. It's going well. I'm enjoying it. I think you guys are too. I'm also enjoying looking at the indie games and stuff like that, but we're not going to get into it too much. Long story short, adventure worthy is great. Newsman is great. They're staying where they are, and I'm going to try keep them coming as regularly as possible. Now, the next thing I want to talk about was Cube World. I tried. Okay, I tried. It just seems like it wasn't meant to be. A lot of people got in. Keys or codes or whatever was sent out to a lot of people, but it's not like a mass invite situation where all the big YouTubers that wanted to get in got in. It was still a very selective process from Walle's side, or Wally. I keep wanting to call him Wally, but then I know that it's actually Walle. Anyway, he was very selective, very picky with who he let in, and he let a couple of big YouTubers in who put a couple of videos out which were reasonably good, and that was it. People don't just get in when they want to get in. I know a lot of big YouTubers actually asked him and they never got replies. I spoke to him before the closed alpha started up and I just never got a reply. I'm assuming his inbox was being spammed back then already and he just lost the mail. I tried as hard as I could to get in there now because I wanted to do videos, I wanted to do coverage, I wanted to do as much as I could possibly do, but it seems like I'm gonna have to wait till everyone else gets in to be able to do videos. And I'll still do videos because I still think that the game is something that I personally will enjoy a whole lot. It's one of those games where every single player will experience it all in a completely different way, and thus it will be interesting to watch other people play it, even though you're playing it yourself. So when the demo comes out that he was planning, I suppose I'll have a look at that. When the closed alpha starts with all the features in it, because the demo is going to be kind of limited, then I'll obviously have a look at that too, and I'm excited. I'm obviously still super excited for it, but I am a little bit sad that I didn't manage to get in there yet, because that could have been a big break for my channel. I could have gotten a whole bunch of new viewers, exposed myself to a whole bunch of potential new subscribers, and so on and so forth, because there's a big buzz surrounding the game at the moment. And now that said, speaking of buzz, there are a couple of other games that are also quite important to me going forward, and that's Starbound, Elder Scrolls Online, and WildStar. I've mentioned this multiple times already, but these are games that I definitely want to spend some time looking at, spend some time covering. Maybe a little more Elder Scrolls Online, a little less WildStar, a little more Cube World, a little less Starbound. Those could flip around though, depending on how much fun the games are. I can't say for sure. We'll see. Super keen for Elder Scrolls Online now, because that game, it's been going in the right direction. it may have had a rocky start because of the leaked gameplay and stuff like that, but wow, it is looking really good now, and I'm excited. I should also mention that because I'm so excited, and once we actually get to play the game ourselves and talk about it, because I know there are people playing it right now that can't talk about it, but once that happens, I will also speak to maybe Force, see if he wants me on his Elder Scrolls Online podcast. That's no doubt going to start up again soon, and that's also just, again, linking in with what I said before, that I'm going to be talking about working with other YouTubers throughout this episode, this channel update, so we'll keep talking about it. Then, we're going to move on to Let's Plays or playthroughs or whatever. In general, some of the feedback that I received from the previous month's channel update, and I'm going to be, or not going to be, I've already been including all of that feedback in this, and going forward, there's more of it. I'm going to be talking about more of it, but in general, it seems like people don't want too much looting and too much wandering off, but they want enough for it to still be me playing. I must not force myself away from doing things I want to do, because that isn't me. I will get distracted. I will take long doing certain things because that's just how I am. That's how I play games. And that's fine. You guys like it. I like it. It's okay. Staying as it is. Now, one thing that a few people also told me was that there wasn't a very good balance on my channel. And I see that now. There still isn't that good a balance. I was playing FPS games. I was playing Bioshock Infinite, Metro Last Light, Dishonored. By FPS, I mean first-person shooters / RPGs. So first-person games. And even Skyrim. There was not really good variety there. Sure, I had some Guild Wars here and there, but I was sticking with this one genre or type of game that, once again, perhaps just limited the amount of people that watched my videos. Maybe if I had thrown some Dota in there, or perhaps soon I'm going to be looking at Dawngate, then it would have just kept the variety a lot wider, or a lot more, or a lot, at the right place. It's difficult. It's difficult balancing things out, and I just didn't realize that I was playing only this one type of game, and that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but whatever. I know that now. I may also be renaming or changing the way I name my episodes to Let's Play instead of walkthrough, playthrough, or just the game's name, because it's true what many people are saying to me, that that's what people search for. They search for Let's Play. Let's play Skyrim, let's play Metro Last Light, let's play this, let's play that. So it might be better for me to rename it just to be able to get in the search results. I don't know if I'm going to rename Skyrim. I could, it's not really a big thing. Skyrim's already getting decent views, like really decent views actually, and it might not be necessary, but we'll see. Perhaps we will. Then, I'm going to be sticking with recording maybe 1 to 2 episodes at a time, perhaps 3. If I really get into it and I really want to keep going. And I want to not record 10 at a time, like I said before, because it does seem like most of you agree that it's nice if I can at least take your feedback and infuse my gameplay with that. So if you say, Lumin, you gotta try this gun, or Lumin, there's this part coming up that you want to do in this way and not in that way, then I can at least read that and take it into account going forward. So let's say 2 to 3 would be the max that I'd record before I check all the comments out again and just use that for my gameplay. Not gonna record like 10 at a time anymore, unless it's a really short game and I want to just get through it all in one sitting. That's different. I'm still going to do that kind of thing if I can, but just going forward, I will be reading the comments as much as I possibly can, because I read all of them, obviously, on every single video, but I will be trying to include what you guys are saying in my playthroughs. With Skyrim, obviously, that's easier, because I do record at most 2 at a time. I never record more than that, and because of the way Skyrim is set up, it's much more fun listening to you guys anyway. In Metro, it's sort of like very, very, very linear. It's like I'm riding on a train and I can't really stop it. Sure, I can just jump off here and then jump back on over there, but it's still going in a straight line. With Skyrim, I can go anywhere, and there's a whole lot of stuff that I should probably be doing that I keep forgetting about, and you guys are reminding me, and that's great. Now, the specifics that I wanted to talk about, Skyrim is amazing. It's here on my list. It says here, more fun than ever, great. There's nothing wrong with Skyrim. I'm loving it. It's getting really good views. You guys are loving it. And I'm actually getting through it now. I'm getting through the content I wanted to check out. I'm going to start on Dragonborn soon. There's the Dark Brotherhood stuff. There's that quest with Septimus Cygnus. So there, we're doing Skyrim. I'm happy with it. I'm going to try keep it coming every day or two. Probably every second day, with Metro being on the other day. We'll see how it goes. Metro is a lot of fun. It's not getting amazing views or likes or anything like that, but I should have expected that. I really should have. I will be sticking with, as I said before, 1 to 2 to maybe 3 videos at a time, just so I can get myself immersed enough and still include what you guys are saying and telling me in the playthrough. Also, the ending. I might potentially be getting a bad ending. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. As much as I want a good ending, I'm going to play the game the way it's fun to play it. I'm going to enjoy myself, and whatever ending comes, comes. That's it. It doesn't matter. We're playing the game to have fun, and that's that. Now, the other game that I've got here is Guild Wars 2. I've been playing with a Mesmer and I've been having so much fun. Now, in the previous vlog I uploaded, or 1 or 2 vlogs ago, I mentioned that, I made this character, I played it a little bit, and I was really getting back into the game, and that is still true. I played last night with Helene, we did the new Sky Pirates instance, and it's super cool. I'm enjoying Mesmer, my new character is beautiful, and the game is still fun, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to record videos on it. Mainly just because when I get in the game, it's just difficult. Recording Guild Wars at the moment is difficult, and I've got other issues with the game that'll just keep popping up in my commentary, and I don't like that. I don't like the negative stuff creeping in, and I can't help it because I don't like what ArenaNet are doing with the game for the most part at the moment. They said a little while ago, a couple of days ago, that they wanted to do fortnightly content. So every 2 weeks, they wanted to release another one of these little micro temporary content updates. And I don't like that. These little chunks of content that they add that only last for like 2 weeks, and it's probably going to be even less now that they want to do it more often. They're stressful for me. I don't like the fact that they keep adding new stuff and they don't work on permanent content as much as they should. They don't work on the core game, on the issues that are still there from launch. They keep adding teams for their living story updates, but they just forget about the issues that they sort of, fixed or had a look at a long time ago, and the performance of the game is just going downhill. You guys know what my new PC is. I've got a Titan, 16 gigs of RAM, a solid state drive in there, and like a 3930K. Super fast PC. And you know what? For instance, the new instance on the boss fights and stuff, I think I get around 25 to 30 FPS. What? That's crazy! That's absolutely crazy! Then I can record games like Metro Last Light on the absolute highest visual quality setting at 60 FPS with no problem. What are they doing? Every single update that they release just makes the performance even worse. And I've seen this on Reddit as well. I'm not the only one complaining about this. Other people are just as confused as I am. Now, I feel that what they're doing with the content updates is just a cheap way of trying to keep people hooked. The people that want to get the achievements done, that want these new items. Also, a cheap way, and I mean cheap as in a really weak, kind of rude way of getting people to spend money on gems and stuff like that as well. I just don't like it. I'm still trying to figure out what I can do to make my Guild Wars content work, because I want to. I want to record videos with my new character. I want to share my experiences in-game because I'm having a good time. We cleared Caledon Forest last night, and I think Mesmer is just a whole lot of fun because every single person will probably play Mesmer differently. There's a whole lot of variety there. There are a lot of weapons I can use, and as I said, I think my new character is beautiful. So there you go. I'd like to record about that. But that's all I'm going to say for Guild Wars right now. I want to do more stuff. We're going to have a guild event / meetup next week, July the 11th or 12th or 13th or something. I'll put a link to that in the description or something, if I can remember it. If I don't remember it, let me know, and I'll put the links to the forum post down there below. I'll probably do a video on it sometime closer to the actual event, but I'm going to attend the event. I'm going to probably record a video or two, and I'm going to have fun. I'll do it with my new character, so you guys can get to see it. Her name is Lumiper, or Lumiper. Doesn't really matter what you call her. And she's amazing. Now, I'm considering doing something, somewhat of a let's play of Shadowrun Returns, but I first want to see the game. I first want to see if it's going to be worth it for me, if it's going to be fun, if it's going to be non-linear enough, if I'm going to be able to make the playthrough interesting enough. But I'm going to be much more selective going forward with what I actually start up as playthroughs on my channel. That's only coming at the end of July, so it's not a surety just yet. I'm considering it though. We'll see. A lot of people were giving a lot of suggestions on the previous channel update and on all sorts of other videos like my adventure worthy on Assassin's Creed 3 for Let's Plays. Everyone seems to want Assassin's Creed 3 as a Let's Play, and I don't know if I can do that. As much as I want to do it, because the commentary on Assassin's Creed 3 felt very natural. It was fun. I had a blast playing it, and I had a ton of fun recording it as well, so it would have been a good choice for a playthrough, sure, but the chances are it would not have gotten a lot of views. I need to focus on trying to boost the views that I'm getting, trying to get new subscribers, and just, you know, on getting the channel to where it needs to be again, because the last couple of months have been a bit difficult for me, and I don't think Assassin's Creed 3 is going to help with that. As much as I want to do it, I don't think it's going to help. So I'm incredibly happy that you guys enjoyed the video as much as you did, because I enjoyed recording it. Tell you that for sure, and I'm sad I didn't get to play as Connor. But whatever. Other suggestions you guys gave, which popped up multiple times, were Don't Starve. Don't Starve was probably the most requested of the lot. I got a whole bunch of messages recently about Rogue Legacy. Interested in having a look at that. Maybe I'll do a mini series on it, 5 episodes or something. Maybe I'll just do an adventure worthy. I don't know, but Rogue Legacy looks like a lot of fun. And then there's StarCraft 2. People said I should play StarCraft 2. A lot of you said it. Multiplayer games, ladder games, stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'll do that yet. I'll think about it. And then Walking Dead. Walking Dead is something that I still really want to play myself, but I had it planned, and I'm going to spoil this now, but I had it planned for 20,000 subscribers as like a surprise. I wanted to actually initially do something with Helene with Walking Dead, like the both of us, playing the game together, experiencing it together. This was meant to be for 20,000, but 20,000 seems like it's months away right now, just because of how slow my subscribers have been going down. Not up, down. So we'll see if that ever comes around. With all of that out of the way, before I yak on too much, Hearthstone. I've got big plans for Hearthstone. Now, unlike Cube World, I will have access to it. I do have friends at Blizzard who still like me very much, and I speak to them regularly, ask them how their lives are. They tell me their lives are good, as I expected they would be. We have a bit of a chat, and then we talk about games. Mostly Blizzard games, but sometimes other games. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that I've got big plans. I'll be doing news coverage of it, as I said before, with Newsman. I want to do informational videos as well. So like a what is Hearthstone video will be where I'll start. Then I'll do the basics of resources, crafting the classes, the types of cards, strategy videos, all of it. And I want to do, once the beta starts, pretty much daily content. And I want to see how it goes, because I think Hearthstone is going to be a good mix of casual and competitive fun that I will really be able to get into. I'm a huge fan of trading card games and collectible card games and just card games in general, but I've never really dedicated time to doing videos on them. Now, with Hearthstone in mind, I might try the new Duels of the Planeswalkers out, the new Magic the Gathering game that released on Steam a couple of days ago, because I feel that'll be a nice sort of stepping stone into Hearthstone. I think that a lot of people would probably enjoy it as well, because that is once again the kind of thing that will be completely different when I play it, and say completely different when someone like Force plays it, because I know he does that every week, but it'll be a different experience watching me play it than it would be for you playing it yourself. It's not linear in any way. Everyone makes different choices, everyone gets different cards, everyone plays the different decks, etc. So, there's that. But for Hearthstone, I want to do pretty much daily content once that beta starts up, and then an idea I had was for like once a week, I'll choose a day, I'm not sure which day it's going to be, and then I want to have like subscriber battles or something, where we'll set up a channel in-game where we can meet regularly to play some games against each other. I'll record some of them, maybe not all of them, but you know, as many as I can, and this will give me an opportunity to play with you guys the game, because it's going to be free to play when it comes out, so anyone will be able to do it. It'll be a tiny download, it'll be easy to get into and stuff like that. I'll be able to play against a whole lot of you who play at varying skill levels. I'm very sure there are going to be a whole lot of you that are going to be much better than me, but there might be people who are worse than me. There might be people that are at the exact same level as me. So, if we can have like weekly meetup days, we can meet up in a channel in-game, we can chat a bit, we can play some matches against each other. Hopefully they'll introduce a spectator mode. They said they wanted to. Maybe they'll introduce 2v2 soon as well, which they did also say they want to do. So then we can play some team battles as well. One can play with me, two can play against us. And if there is a spectator mode, then I would love to both spectate, commentate other people's games, be a bit, you know, cynical about it, be a little bit harsh and critical about the gameplay, but it'll be fun. World of Warcraft just finished updating. Don't ask me why I'm doing that. I'll tell you, that sort of ties in with the Hearthstone stuff, but I want to do that. I want to have these battles against you guys, and I want to be able to... I don't even know if you can even trade cards in Hearthstone. Does anyone know about that? But they said that they don't want the focus to be on trading. Instead, they want it to be on crafting cards. I've got big plans for it, and if I can play against you guys, it'll also keep things fresh and entertaining, in that maybe you'll go out of your way to create a certain deck that you want to show off in one of my videos specifically, and a specific build or something like that that you think will, you know, destroy Lumin completely, catch me unawares. Maybe you'll watch my videos and see that I like playing with this class and these cards, and then you'll have this perfect counter setup that you want to try out. That'll be fun, that'll be entertaining, and that'll keep these games that I play full of suspense. So sure, I'll play random games against AI or people on the ladder, I suppose you could call it, but I also want to involve you guys and spotlight your games, spotlight your decks, do things like that. I want to cover Hearthstone in a big way, because I feel that it will be a good boost for my channel. Not only because I'll be able to focus on this singular game a little bit more than I have done in the past with any other games, but because I feel that it will be a game that I could commentate over really nicely. It suits my commentary style, and it's going to be popular. It will be. Blizzard know what they're doing. The game looks like a lot of fun already, and sure, there may be a lot of people doing content, but my content is going to be better. Just putting that out there. It's going to be better. I'm going to do adventure guide style videos, and I say adventure guide style videos, but say my What is Hearthstone video, I'm going to be doing it in my adventure guide voice. I'm going to make it entertaining, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to be able to teach the basics of the game to you in a fun and interesting way. I'll have deck strategy guides up, or class guides up for the different classes in the game, that'll be presented in a fun and interesting way. And because I've already got so much experience with making these videos that so far no one really seems to be interested in watching, it's all going to carry over to this, and hopefully people are going to want to watch it for Hearthstone. So, I want to do that. I'm also going to try involve other YouTubers. So I'm going to get people to specifically play against me. Bigger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers, doesn't matter. If you guys have channels and stuff that are up and running and you're doing Hearthstone videos, you're interested in the game, you can join in the subscriber battles on whichever day it is. Maybe I'll have to find a nice name for that. I don't know what I'll do. I'll think about it. The game is still a little ways off, so I've got time. But I want to do Hearthstone. Passionate about it already before it's even launched, and it just feels like something that will work for me. My other content is not going to suffer. No. Because I'm so passionate about this, I will do it when I find time. But I will do it. Believe you me. Now, World of Warcraft is apparently going to tie in some way. There's going to be a strong link between these two games. I'm not sure how yet. Got a couple of videos that I want to record on that subject. But if there is something in World of Warcraft that I can do that will sort of be Hearthstone related, that's the best way of saying it, then I might actually spend some time in World of Warcraft as well. If I can do things in World of Warcraft that'll help me out in Hearthstone, then I'll probably do that as well, but it'll be part of my Hearthstone series. It won't be a new World of Warcraft series or anything like that. That's going to happen. Then, the last thing about that was... No, that's it. And I think that Hearthstone, I'm going to put a little timestamp at the bottom. Hearthstone should be the focus of this channel update, in that I want you guys to hear what I have to say about Hearthstone. So, if anything, this is the one part I hope you guys all paid attention to and listened to, because it's something that I'm really passionate about and I'm really keen to do. So, other than everything I just mentioned, and I realize I may have skipped out on some stuff, but the July channel update will come soon, eventually. I don't even know when, but I'll talk about more of that then. And if you guys have any questions or anything, you can leave that below. But other than everything I mentioned, we will have another cooking vlog coming up soon. We're gonna have more paper bird videos coming up soon. We actually received our second package of paper birds. We put it up on the website, so you can go have a look at the photos of that. It looks amazing. You guys have sent some really cool birds to us already. We've only received the 2 packages thus far, and they're up at talesoflumin.com/paperbird. One word, that's it. You can see the photos there. The site is amazing. Helene did a good job with that. And I'm going to be setting up another video about that soon. Probably one where I'm going to be folding a bird myself, or doing something like that. Maybe showing some of the ones that we got off. Not entirely sure. Vlogs and stuff will keep coming. Q&As, all that. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. I'm still enjoying doing them as well. And I think I'm done. I think I've actually spoken about everything. This was very long, and I apologize for that, but I had a lot to say, and especially after this month, this kind of terrible month that just went by, I wanted to clear my chest and speak about everything that needed to be spoken about. So, check back here soon for more videos, more channel updates as well, and more of everything else that I've been doing. Let's all hope that Hearthstone comes soon, so I can jump into that, start enjoying it, and so that we can get this interaction going as well, because I'd like that. And if you have anything specifically to say about Hearthstone, let rip. If you think it's a terrible idea, tell me. But don't just say, "Ja, Hearthstone, what are you thinking?" Don't just say that. No. Say, "Well, Lumin, listen here. Hearthstone looks like it's for kids. You might lose your mature audience. If you do this, the hardcore gamers will slowly move from your channel to someone else's channel." Say that. Tell me the reasons you think it might not be good. Tell me the reasons you think it might be good. Tell me what you think I should do with my coverage and videos of it. Tell me everything, because I want to hear it. If you have any other questions, leave them. I will answer them. I will, with this one, unlike what I did with the previous one, actually reply to all the comments in the comment section, because I think that the comments will be slightly more focused. I wasn't just in this video saying, "Hey guys, I'm in trouble, I'm not getting a lot of views, what should I do?" That's kind of what that's sort of a summary of what the previous video was like. That's what May was all about. But now, we're doing it on a much more positive note, and I think that the feedback from you guys will be much easier to reply to, talk about, and all that other stuff. So again, sorry that it's so long. Check back soon for more. Most importantly though, happy channel update for the month of June 2013. Happy that.